state, or anybody should have the right to do that.
Just being inclusive means acknowledging people's struggle and trying to accommodate everybody and trying to listen to their point of view and try to make changes based on that student-centered point of view instead of just trying to like impose like an idea of what would be more helpful in the situation. So like specifically for trans people, I think that the biggest things that come up with trans people that they're struggling with is getting misgendered and bullying in general, and then bathrooms and locker rooms, and then sports. Those are like the main categories that trans people tend to struggle with. So really it just is overall having it that known to all students that there is no toleration of bullying, there's no toleration of discrimination, and also letting the trans students know that like whatever their needs are, that those needs will be met. So like one student, for example, maybe there's a trans guy that hasn't really transitioned much and he wants to play on the girls team still, like honoring that. But if there's a trans girl and she really wants to play on the girls team and doesn't feel comfortable in the boys locker room, letting her play on the girls team. Just honoring what trans people request for their own situation.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth need and deserve to learn in a setting entirely inclusive of their experiences. Fostering a sense of belonging and connectedness in school is crucial for putting all students on a path of success. However, many LGBTQ students are left feeling unsupported in their schools. To ensure school learning environments support all students, it is critical to implement specific policies and procedures that support LGBTQ youth, affirm their identities, promote safe, healthy learning environments, and advance equality and respect for all in our schools.
The new policy will specifically address transgender, gender nonconforming, and gender expansive students and be in place for the 2023-2024 school year. It will go beyond Title IX of the Education Amendment of 1972 and leap into the 21st century, meeting the demands of President Biden's Executive Order 13988 and speak to the rights of the LGBTQ plus students. The best method for implementation is evolutionary planning and execution. Training for all school staff will be the first step. We will be educated on the use of names and pronouns, the need for privacy and confidentiality, and the appropriateness of gender-neutral language. Along with training, all of our curriculums will be reviewed and revised as necessary. Secondly, dress codes, gender-segregated activities, and discrimination/harassment policies will be reviewed and revised as needed. Thirdly, physical education classes, intramural sports, and interscholastic competitive sports teams will be revamped to ensure they do not discriminate against transgender, gender nonconforming, and gender expansive students. Additionally, private changing areas will be made available to any student. Finally, with the completion of the renovations throughout the district, gender-neutral restrooms and locker room access will be available for all students. Once we have full implementation of the new policy, including the facility renovations, the cost will be in the millions. The evaluation process can begin immediately. School nurses, counselors, social workers, and administrators will keep track of the number of students who identify as LGBTQ+. Teachers and students will complete surveys on the client and culture from the beginning of the implementation of the new policy. And with walkthroughs of the buildings, administrators will be observing and evaluating in real time.
Schools, district leaders, educators, and school staff have a significant opportunity and responsibility to create learning environments in which all students can thrive and achieve their fullest educational potential. Youth are sitting in classrooms where their peers, teachers, and other school personnel fail to appropriately address their expressions of their identities, behaviors, and experiences, which denies them who they are. Board members, you can make this reality for our transgender, gender nonconforming, and gender expansive students.